Hi, I'm Phil Constantine. On this episode of Travels with Phil, we're going to be looking at a special scene in the movie The Searchers. Many people have wondered why John Wayne stood like this at the end of that movie. Well, I'm going to tell you about it. John Wayne was one of the biggest stars and has always been one of the biggest stars in the world. Harry Carey Sr. was in over 250 movies, both silent and talkies. He was one of the first big movie stars. Many of his films were westerns, and even received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in the film you're seeing to your left there, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He and John Wayne were in several movies together. That's one of the ones there. He was in several cowboy movies with him, or westerns if you prefer. And this is a really good shot of the two of them together. Well, what we're talking about here is, well, you see a similar pose there between Harry Carey and John Wayne did that intentionally. So here's a look at Harry Carey Sr. in the 1917 silent movie Straight Shooter. He played a guy by the name of Cheyenne Harry. And that's a good look at him. And he was really a superstar, for lack of a better term, back in the silent movie days, where you see him sort of grabbing his arm there. And he thought this was a thoughtful pose, rather than just standing there with his arms by his side. Now, sometimes he would scratch his lower lip with his thumb, or he'd scratch his head. John Ford directed both this movie and The Searchers. He liked having people silhouetted in doorways for dramatic effect. Well, here's another spot in that movie, and there you go. That's Harry grabbing his right arm with his left hand, and he thought this just made things look serious. So let's hear from the Duke himself about exactly how he pays homage this way. And both Harry Carey Jr. and his wife Olive are in the movie The Searchers.
At the end of the picture, when I brought back little Natalie Woods, who was a baby then, and turned her over to these folks, Jack had a scene that just included a dark doorway. And I was outside, and they came in and came by the camp and turned around. Now, it had been a heartwarming scene when we brought this little girl back. And Harry hadn't been dead very long, and I loved Ollie. It was emotional. And as they went in the door in the dark and got out of sight, and it was just me in the door, the wind blowing, I thought of Harry Carey, and he had a stance which was something to that effect, where he put his left hand on his right arm, and he did this incessantly in pictures. Well, when they took the little girl past the camera, and it was just a dark frame, Ollie looked around at me, and I just took the pose, and the tears poured out of her eyes, and it was a lovely, dramatic moment in my life, and I'm sure in hers.
Okay, so let's see that final scene in the movie The Searchers, now that you know what it happened. That's Olive Carey, his wife, on the right-hand side. His movie, Harry Carey Jr., is also in the movie in a different spot. That's Natalie Woods. She was 17 during the movie. There we go with that dark inside looking out into the bright light. And so there he goes. And I can understand why Olive Carey was crying when she was watching him do that. So there you have John Wayne walking off into the sunset, so to speak. And I thought that was a very touching moment in a Western. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to make comments below, as long as the language is family friendly. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button below. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the circle with my picture in it in the lower right-hand corner of the video. The arrow is pointing at it now. And once you have subscribed, you can be notified of when I have a new video posted by clicking on the bell icon in the description field below the video. Thanks again for watching.